Hey Ruth, how's it going? I was wondering, are you free after next week's parents' evening? Oh, hey Deborah. I'm doing great, thanks. I might have an hour or so free. Why, what's this about? Well, you see, it's like this. Me, Sylvia, Gina, and all the other moms are going for dinner together. We were wondering if you wanted to come too. You only moved in around here recently, and I know how hard it can be to get used to a new town where you don't know anyone. We like to get to know you a bit more, so we thought it might be nice for you to get a chance to mingle with everyone. Don't you think that's a good idea? Thanks for thinking of me. It really means a lot. But I'm sorry, Deborah. I'm not going to be able to make it for the dinner. I have plans, so I'd only end up having to leave halfway through. I'd love to come if I had the time, but yeah, sorry. I'm super appreciative of the invite, though. You have plans? What kind of plans? I'm going to see a play with my daughter. She wants to be a stage actress one day, so she can't wait to go and see what the real thing's like. It really is a shame. I'm free all Saturday this week, but I guess you guys won't be doing anything then. An actress? With that face? Excuse me? Listen, Ruth, I'm gonna tell you something as a friend now. I don't think you understand how difficult it is to make it in show business. You wouldn't believe how many times I've applied for my own daughter to get an audition as a child actor. She got rejected every time. She never even made it past the initial screening. I see. I'm sorry to hear that. But my daughter doesn't want to just do it while she's young. She wants to make a career out of it. It's all the same. She'll only end up not making any money and leeching off of you. To be honest, you'd be better off just making her give up on the dream before she wastes any more time on it. How can I tell her to give up on her dream when she hasn't even auditioned yet? I want my daughter to learn what it means to work hard towards accomplishing a worthy goal. If she says that's what she wants to do, I intend to support her every step of the way. I had my suspicions, and yep, there it is. You just want people to think you're interesting, don't you? It's so obvious, admit it. I mean, really? This is kinda cringy, Ruth. Could you, stop? I really don't know what you mean. To think we went out of our way to invite you, and this is how you repay our kindness? You're such a letdown. Things could get quite difficult for you in this town if you refuse the kindness of your friends. You know that, don't you? Please don't misunderstand me. I'm super grateful for the invite, I really am. But I can't just remain silent while you insult my daughter's appearance or tell me I should force her to give up on her dreams. To be honest, what you said made me uncomfortable, and I'd appreciate if you kept those kinds of comments to yourself in the future. What? And, Deborah, I think you should be careful not to use that kind of language in front of the kids. They're very impressionable. I have to go now. Goodbye. Deborah, are you there? I need to talk to you about my daughter. Why? What's up? Melissa just came home in tears. She was absolutely beside herself. She said she'd been told she wasn't allowed to play with Kelly anymore. Then she ran straight to her room, locked herself in, and has been up there crying her eyes out ever since. So what? What's any of this got to do with me? She said you grabbed her by the wrist and dragged her away from Kelly while the two of them were playing together, and told her she was never allowed to go near her ever again. What the hell is going on? You need to explain yourself right now. Oh, I do I? Fine, I will. There was a perfectly legitimate reason for me doing what I did. I think it was about, 3 days ago now? You and your daughter helped a homeless man in Rosewood Meadows Park, didn't you? I heard all about it. Sylvia told me. You know, Alice's mom? I'm pretty sure he wasn't homeless, but yes, we most certainly did help an old man. What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? It has everything to do with everything. Do you have no self-awareness of how dangerous your behavior is? We were just walking along and my daughter suddenly shouted, "Mom, that old man just fell over." When we went over to see if he was okay, he told us he tripped and lost his footing and that his ankle hurt. So we just helped him to his feet and made sure he was okay. Which part of that constitutes dangerous behavior? I'm kind of confused. Wow, really? What's to wow about? Yes, really? Gah, goodness gracious me, some people. Let me make this very clear. You're a public nuisance. You may have thought you were being the good Samaritan, but please try to see this from the perspective of the other locals. Do you not see how what you did was dangerous? Public nuisance? Dangerous? Firstly, if you touch a homeless person, you'll be covered in germs. Then, if your daughter went on to play on the playground equipment, she'd spread them to all the other kids, including my daughter. Germs? That's hardly a problem as long as you wash your hands. Isn't that just common sense? And that's not all. Now that one little schoolgirl's been nice to him, what if he gets the wrong idea and starts going around trying to befriend others? Due to your foolish actions, your daughter will let her guard down around people she should have a healthy mistrust of. Not only that, but all of our children could be in danger now because of you. Who the hell knows what's going on in the mind of a stranger? You've opened Pandora's box. I make it very clear to my daughter that she isn't to speak to strangers or go with anyone who approaches her in public under any circumstances. She's fully aware of the dangers. I tell her so often, in fact, that she's probably tired of hearing it. Aren't you blowing this out of proportion just a tiny bit? All that's happened here is that she saw someone fall over, and after asking me, her mother, what we should do, we went over to help him together. What part of that is wrong? Which part is dangerous? There's healthy mistrust, and then there's downright paranoia. I will not teach my daughter to turn a blind eye when there's someone who needs a helping hand right before her eyes. Good grief, you really seem to have no awareness of your role as a mother. It's actually worrying. It's a mother's duty to teach her children the difference between right and wrong, what they should do and what they shouldn't. I'd hardly call wanting to help an old man on the floor and taking the necessary action to do so wrong. I was very moved by how my daughter acted that day. I was very proud of the way she reacted, and without me even having to prompt her at that. Tell me, how exactly does what you did benefit either of you? What is there to be gained from helping homeless people? Anything at all? I'm drawing blanks. We weren't thinking about what might be in it for us when we helped that old man. We just wanted to help him. Besides, I'm just repeating myself now, but he wasn't homeless. There's no sense in talking to you. You are beyond help. Oh, by the way, I reported you, your daughter, and that homeless man to the police. You did what? I told them there was a dangerous homeless man marauding around the neighborhood and a dangerous woman and her child helping him. I can't have my Kelly associating with people like you or your daughter. If they continue to be friends, she's sure to end up going off the rails. I just know it. They're forbidden from playing together from now on. Oh my God, please just wait. I will not wait. It's too late. Anyone in their right mind would do exactly as I have done. There's a dangerous family in the neighborhood and we are all going to have to take action. But Melissa and Kelly get on so well. You know that, don't you? How could you do this to them? You're going to ruin their relationship if you go through with this. What if my Melissa starts believing she did something wrong and stops helping people because she's scared she'll lose her friends? Wow, is this really how you think? The way you view the world is actually disturbing. I can't believe you're trying to paint me as the villain in all this after what you did. I suggest you think very carefully before saying anything else. Because you seem to be forgetting something here. My husband is the chairman of the local assembly. All it would take is one word from me and you would be finished in this town. Finished, I tell you. Oh, what's this? You ignore my messages the moment things start looking bad for you? Fine, I'm sorry. I was in the wrong, okay? Will you please just rethink separating Melissa and Kelly now? Don't say my daughter's name ever again. I'll think about it on one condition. You and your germ-ridden daughter have to go to the hospital and get sprayed down by men in hazmat suits first. What's going on? What do you mean? That sports car. The one that just pulled up outside your house. When did you buy it? Oh, no. That's not our car. You can't hide anything from me. I know things. You're gonna overshadow me and my husband owning a beauty like that. Did you even think this through? I know. Let's trade. Your car for ours, okay? If you do, I'll let your daughter play with my Kelly again. Come on, that sounds good, doesn't it? No, listen, it really isn't my car. Huh? Well, whose is it then? Since when do you know someone with a sports car? It belongs to the homeless guy from before. What? A homeless guy with a sports car? That makes zero sense. What are you talking about? Start being reasonable, woman. Listen, Deborah, I told you before, but he's not homeless. He's a movie director. A movie director? What? Apparently, our town was selected as a candidate for his next film, which is scheduled for release next year? Or it might have been the year after next. Anyway, the point is, that's why he was walking around our town. He wanted to get a feel for the place before making a decision. So that director is the old man me and Melissa helped. You know, the guy you and your friends treated like a homeless person and were very disrespectful towards. Wait, this can't be. What? How can a homeless guy be a movie director? For the 1000th time, he isn't homeless. But that's what Sylvia said. She said he was a filthy hobo. He was wearing scruffy, worn-out clothes and had a big, dirty beard. She said he was the most obvious hobo she'd ever seen. I think what you mean is he may have looked slightly homeless, but I can assure you he isn't. Personal appearance is a matter of taste, and everyone is different. You should think twice before judging a book by its cover next time. Oh, there's someone besides the director here, too. The person who guided him as he explored the town. The mayor. The mayor? What? Why? After we sat the director down on a park bench after his fall, me and Melissa had some urgent business to attend to that we absolutely could not afford to miss. So we made our apologies and left immediately. A few minutes later, the mayor, who'd left his seat when he realized what had happened, ran over and explained the situation to us. He insisted on thanking me and my daughter for what we did, but we really were in a rush. So after giving him my number, we went on our way. He phoned me earlier today to check he had the right person. And after further explaining the situation with the director, he came over to our house. The mayor is at your house? This can't be. Hey, would you mind if I came over too? I can be there really quickly. Why would you come to my house? Isn't it obvious? To get my daughter a job as a child actor in his movie. A chance like this doesn't come around twice. I absolutely have to come. I hate to tell you this, Deborah, but I think it'd be super awkward if you did. I don't have time to be worrying about trivialities like that. My daughter's chance at finally being someone and making it as a big-time celebrity is here, right before my eyes, and I won't let it slip. She deserves this. I deserve this. Please take some deep breaths and calm down. How can I calm down in this situation? This is not the time to be calm. This is the time for action. Your husband plans on running for mayor, doesn't he? Huh? Well, yes, he does, but so what? I was really anxious about the threat you made before. You said we'd be finished in this town, didn't you? I took that as you basically threatening to make our lives so difficult we'd have to leave. I thought this was the perfect opportunity to ease my worries, so we had a chat. Me and the mayor. You did? About what? The director was sat on the sofa beside us, and he happened to overhear the conversation. When he did, he angrily declared, "If this is a town where the husband of a person who do something like that is able to become mayor, I have no interest in making my movie here." Apparently, the mayor's currently in talks to have your husband removed from the list of candidates for the mayoral election. We're just a small town off the beaten track, you know. Revitalization opportunities like this only come around once in a blue moon. Losing this movie is the last thing the mayor wants. It's a real shame how this worked out for you.
Are you lying? No, you can't do this. Undo it. Do you have any idea how hard my husband worked to become the mayor? It was his lifelong dream.
I don't doubt it. I'm sure your husband did work very hard. But thanks to you, his own wife, his efforts were all for nothing. Thanks to you, he doesn't have a hope in hell's chance of becoming mayor anymore.
How dare you! What have you done, you vicious, evil, poisonous woman? I will never forgive you for this. Never!
I don't give a heck whether you forgive me or not. You should think about how threatening to ruin someone's life might make them feel. Anyone would take measures to defend themselves after what you did. I do feel genuinely bad for your husband, but I still don't regret it. As for you, you deserve everything you get.
Oh, please, wait. Are they still at your house now? The mayor and the director? Can I come?
Seriously? Why? Why could you possibly want to come here?
To apologize, obviously. Besides, you could back me up. Just tell them it was a joke. A big, silly joke that got out of hand.
You want me to help you?
What are you laughing at?
I'm terribly sorry, but I'd rather drink molten lava than help you. Me and Melissa still haven't forgotten what you said to us, and she's still hurt over you banning her from seeing your daughter. The thought of putting her through anything like that again makes me feel sick. I do not forgive you.
I'm begging you, Ruth. Let's work together as a team for old time's sake. If you help me out just this once, I'll make sure you get invites to all the mom meetings from now on. You can be one of the gang again.
Old time's sake? I've known you for less than a month. As for your meetings, you can stick 'em. I have no interest in associating with any of you. You reap what you sow.
Why would you say such a thing? Think about how badly this is going to affect me and my family. Not only that, but my husband's going to be furious with me. How do I even tell him? Oh my God. You wouldn't want to destroy a happy family, would you? Please, I'm begging you, help me. Just tell the mayor to rethink. Or better yet, tell the director to tell the mayor to rethink.
I've told you countless times that I'm not helping you.
Why? I'm begging you here. I'm desperate. Have you no heart?
You said it yourself, Deborah, remember? There's nothing to be gained from helping people. I blocked Deborah's number after she spam called me like a woman possessed. Me and my guest carried on making idle chit-chat for a while. But then, all of a sudden, the doorbell started ringing so fast I thought it was going to break. And with that, Deborah made her entrance. She introduced herself to the director and the mayor with a curtsy, probably attempting to display an air of refinement. But then, before she'd even stood up straight again, she started begging the director to award her daughter a child in his movie. I think my Kelly would be the perfect fit. Then, before the dumbstruck Hollywood veteran even had time to think, she started bragging to the mayor about what an upstanding guy her husband was. She went on and on, seemingly completely unaware of how awkward the atmosphere in the room had now become. Everybody, me included, was visibly disgusted at the behavior of our uninvited guest, who was still babbling on about her husband's great and numerous exploits. Then, much to my astonishment, the man himself, who'd been summoned by the mayor,
showed up with a face redder than a tomato, probably due to a mixture of anger and embarrassment. He grabbed a hold of his wife's arm and immediately dragged her outside. According to what Kelly told Melissa at school a few days later, her dad yelled at her mom for the entire evening when they got home. And not only for dashing his hopes of ever becoming mayor, he was just as furious at how she'd banned their daughter from seeing her best friend. Kelly said that while it was a little scary at the time, she ultimately found seeing her mom getting a dressing down for her awful behavior very satisfying. She also told Melissa her mom had been banned from coming near me, and sure enough, she would always disappear immediately, looking extremely uncomfortable whenever she saw me. I have nothing to do with any of them anymore, so this is just hearsay on my part. But word is that Deborah even stopped trying to boss the other moms in her group around. As for the director's movie, our town was chosen as the setting. I don't know whether it was because he knew it was my daughter's dream to become an actress, but she was given a small role as an extra in the movie, and I've got to tell you, she was absolutely over the moon. Don't ask me why, but I was given a role as well. The fine details haven't been decided yet, but I have nothing but gratitude towards the director for giving my daughter the chance she's always dreamed of.